Hello everyone, Spud here, and in today's video we're taking a look at the Logitech G502 Proteus Spectrum. I picked this mouse up for about $90 at Best Buy, and I figured I'd give you guys a rundown. Now overall, it's a very cool looking mouse. It's got nice lines to it, kind of sharp, very gamery, so if you're not into that whole thing, then yeah, that's going to be a downside for you. I like the texturing it has on both sides, it sort of adds to the grip, because otherwise it would be a very hard to grip mouse. There's not a lot of hard edges for you to sort of hold up on that aren't buttons. On the bottom here we have a flap that's magnetically sealed that opens up the additional weight slots as well as the sensor. And yeah, so let's talk about the weights really quick here. They're sort of advertised as the customization for this mouse, but honestly I see no reason to ever use them. They're in this little magnetically held case here as well, and I mean, while yeah, it's cool that you can add more weight to the mouse, I can't imagine anyone ever actually doing this because the mouse is already freaking heavy. Like, it's probably the heaviest gaming mouse I've ever personally owned, so these are kind of useless. Moving on, actually the feature I like the most so far is free spin scroll wheel. Now if you go over here and you press this button, you'll be able to set the mouse into free spin mode, which will allow you to just sort of let the scroll wheel do its thing. The first mouse I've had that had it, and the scroll wheel is just a really high quality. It's metal construction, and it's just really satisfying to use. At first I didn't like it, but by now it's actually probably my favorite scroll wheel. Now this button here is a profile switcher. I only have one profile now, so you didn't see it change. But that will allow you to change which DPI profile you use. And within each DPI profile, you have these two buttons to the side of the left click, which will allow you to adjust the DPI up and down. So essentially you have upwards of 12 different DPI options available to you, as well as a sniper button right there inside. Really, I don't use that many DPI options, so that's fine. But yeah, I don't know. The mouse is heavy, and that's its biggest downside in my opinion. I'm used to a really light mouse coming from a Sensei Raw, and this thing is harder to move around just in general, even with it being more comfortable in my opinion. So to test this thing out, I took this into games like Rainbow Six Siege, PlanetSide 2, Battlefield, and I just sort of saw how I did. Now I will say that the mouse's sensor is phenomenal. It's very accurate. I never noticed any skipping, and it sort of went where I wanted it to. However, the weight definitely made it more of a conscious effort to aim, and just has an overall snappy and natural feeling as my sensor. Now, I'm sure I'll get over this the more I use the mouse, and this is really more of a temporary gripe, but coming from a light mouse to a mouse of this weight, I found myself really noticing it more than I thought I would. I knew it was a heavy mouse when I bought it, but it has so many great reviews, I figured it had to be good, and it's even got praised as one of the like a best FPS mouse at some point. So I figured, hey, you know, it's got to be good for aiming, and it is. Its sensor is almost what you would call a perfect sensor. There's no acceleration, there's nothing on it. It's very high quality. There actually was a lot of hype around the sensor when it first came out in the Proteus core, and I gotta say, I have no complaints with it. I never thought about it, you know, missing or not going where I wanted it to. It's just getting the mouse to move. That initial sort of step felt like it took a little bit more effort than it should have, but like I said, I'm used to a really, really light mouse. I will say that for sniping, the sniper button is useless because all it does is throw off your DPI and what you're used to. So I mean, that's kind of one of these gamery features that I feel like they could have probably scrapped to try and save some weight on the mouse. Anyways though, I mean, overall, I actually really like it. It's probably one of the more comfortable mice I've ever had. It fits my hand really nice, but there are cutouts and indentations on it that sort of lead to more of a palm style than a claw style. So if you like a palm mouse, this would probably be good for you. I had sort of a hybrid style that was sort of in between, so it's not too big of a change for me, but I did feel it in my first few hours using it. My hand did cramp in my first few hours, but now that I'm used to it, I don't get any cramps anymore, and I've actually been enjoying the mouse. Really hope though that I will get used to the weight, because that is my biggest complaint, just because especially in a game like Rainbow Six, you have to be snappy, you have to be fast, and you have to know exactly where you can stop the mouse to get those headshots. So I'll keep training with it, I'll keep practicing, seeing if I like it. But for now, I would say it was a relatively good buy, and I'll probably update this review after I play with it a bit more. Anyways guys, if you watched, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys all on the next video. Bye bye.